Russia-Ukraine news. The digital ruble is useful for the Russian economy and government. On August 1, Putin's digital ruble law becomes effective after being approved by the Russian parliament and the president. According to Sputnik, the digital ruble will join paper money and non-cash payment methods like bank cards as legal tender in Russia. Putin signed a law regulating the Russian digital ruble last week. The necessary information can be found on the government's official website for such matters. It explains the fundamentals behind the rollout of the digital ruble. The fees associated with buying and selling digital currency will be determined by the Bank of Russia's board of directors. According to the news agency, the central bank stores the digital ruble's code and will be the entity issuing the currency. The public at large immediately saw the parallels to digital currencies. Economists, however, highlight a key distinction. The digital ruble is issued and backed by the Russian state, while cryptocurrencies are generated through a process called mining, and rely solely on the support of the crowd, as explained by Sputnik. The digital ruble is beneficial to society and the state, it went on to say, for a number of reasons. To begin, the digital currency will aid in the fight against corruption and tax evasion by making transactions more transparent. The news organization also stressed the importance of the government being able to detail the intended use of allocated funds, which helps prevent crimes like money laundering, embezzlement, and theft. New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu argued on Sunday that while there are very real, and incredibly serious, allegations against President Joe Biden's family, they must play out in court before congressional Republicans move forward with any impeachment-related proceedings. While appearing on ABC's This Week, Sununu said, "We have to find out what all the evidence is," a position at odds with that of his party and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. In the event of guilt, Sununu said, "Yes, I think Congress should definitely take something up. I think they're really, really far from really figuring out what the realities there are," he said. "But those are extremely serious allegations that must be investigated thoroughly." Last week, President Obama's son, Hunter Biden, pleaded not guilty to tax charges after a plea deal with federal prosecutors fell through. During the plea deal hearing, prosecutors stated that they were still conducting an investigation into Hunter Biden. Separately, Republican lawmakers have brought up an uncorroborated FBI source report that claims a Ukrainian oligarch paid Joe and Hunter Biden $10 million, ostensibly in exchange for favors, many years ago. The Trump administration conducted an investigation, the White House claims, and the claim has been debunked. The president and his staff have consistently denied that he interfered with his son's business activities. While appearing on This Week, Sununu argued that the Republican Party's attention should be redirected to issues that have a much greater impact on everyday lives of Americans, such as the border and the opioid crisis. "I'd rather we talk about those things instead. If the Biden's verdict of guilt proves to be accurate," Sununu said, "they can take it up at the appropriate time."